So today I want to just take it back a couple of steps. So if I've lost anyone along the way in your mission to be extraordinary, I want to help you get back on track because life is tough and sometimes we get off track and we have things that set us back and we don't know how to catch up. And it's so important to be able to say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to embrace the struggle. This year has been challenging for everyone. And, the fact is that we all have years that are more challenging than others. But we've got to kind of be nice to ourselves in this process and embrace the struggle. Give yourself some love on your struggle because they're real. There is nobody on this planet who doesn't have problems. Problems are a sign of life. So think about the story that you want to attach to those problems. Change your story, change your life. If you think that some very difficult challenges in your life came to you and that destroyed you, that set you back years, that took you off your path, well, that's not going to empower you. But if instead you think, you know what, that happened and it was awful, but gosh, I got so angry, it made me want to achieve it, made me never want to fail again. Or I did that, I made that huge mistake, and now I know what I need to do to really take my life in a different direction. And maybe if that didn't happen, maybe if that catalyst, that sliding doors moment didn't occur at exactly that time, you couldn't get onto the path that you're supposed to be on. Embrace your path, okay? We all go through periods that we wish we didn't, but it is in the willingness to fail that the extraordinary often appears, okay? In the willingness to fail, the extraordinary often appears. And if you search your soul, I'm sure you can find times in your life, as I can in mine, when exactly that happened. So think about your story and how you're relating it. Your language to yourself is so critical because it programs your brain. So if you change your definition of what happened to you in a moment of real trial, in a moment of failure, in a moment of real challenge in your life, and you think about, well, if that didn't happen, I probably couldn't have thought this way or couldn't have done this. What can you use out of your struggle to take your life to the next level? The past does not equal the future, but the past holds so many secrets to unlocking the future. So use those secrets to your advantage. Okay, I want to give you a couple of steps because if you've gotten a little bit off track in this process, let's get you back on, because so often we're overwhelmed or we get distracted with something that's going on in our home or our business or our family, and we can't really help distraction. For some distractions, stupid distractions like, being on Instagram until 4 a.m. and then not having the energy to, achieve your Manifestiny is a terrible thing. But if you have been in overwhelm and you want to know, boom, how do I get back? How do I get my life back? How do I really step into the place that I want to be to get, my goals, my dreams, my Manifestiny. Okay, so number one, 3 big bodacious goals. Big bodacious goals are so important. Don't think small here because you're not going to be empowered by your small goals. You're not going to be empowered by the little stuff. And, I'm sure you've seen this experiment where somebody has all the sand and they have all the rocks and they have to get them all into this one bowl. And they put the sand in and then they try to put the big rocks in. And guess what happens? The big rocks don't fit in. It just happens every time. I mean, I've seen this done 100 times, right? But if you put the big rocks in and you put them in carefully, and then you put all the sand in, it all falls into place. The little stuff is going to get done. It's going to fall into place. But if you don't go and focus on those 3 big bodacious goals, they will not happen. So that's number one. Big bodacious goals, 3 of them. Number 2, weaponize your calendar. And I know I say this a lot, but the truth of the matter is, if you just write down things that you need to get done, put it into your calendar and really decide. And number 3 is literally 3 to thrive. So you got your 3 bodacious goals, you got weaponizing your calendar, and you have your 3 to thrive. Those are the 3 things that must get done in a given day, that nothing else happens until they are done. And by the way, they have to do with your big bodacious goals, unless it's an event that's out of your control. You really want those 3 to thrive to be moving your big bodacious goals forward. If you do this every day, This will change everything and you'll be back on track in no time. So I hope that's helpful and I will see you guys tomorrow.